Aloha and welcome to. Didn't this dude promise that he was going to make a video every day? And what's up with that? So, let's get back on that train. Getting bigger, muscles. A lot of developments today. Let's start with the easiest, which would be dream. Oh, look at my hair. Yes, got an awesome, sexy haircut. Finally, from my neighbor's daughter who lives in Denver. If you're ever in Denver, go check her out. Yeah, dream. Actually, these dreams generally happen in the morning while I'm doing, or as part of, or right before, or right after my body scan meditation. And it's when I'm in this light theta state. And I can really grasp a lot from my dreams, or understand a lot from them. And they're pretty straightforward. And I think I told you before, maybe my last post was about Knife Dude. Well, this one, I was stabbing my father in the arm, maybe with one or two knives, and like cutting it out or something like that. And then my father went and hid in the shower, and then I was packing up my stuff to leave, and I was there were a lot of clothes there, and I was discarding a lot of the clothes, and I was only taking what was really essentially necessary. And what was interesting is I was very aware that the clothes that I was leaving behind were like, parts of me, masks of me from other time periods that I didn't need anymore. I wouldn't need on this journey that I was getting ready to embark upon. And then I went outside and I had some trouble calling the Uber Lyft thing, and eventually it came, and I woke up. I realized almost immediately that the thing that I stabbed, the entity that I stabbed, it wasn't my father. It was actually me, or part of me represented by my father, a shadow side that, was hurt and scared and felt like it needed to be controlling and felt like it needed to, you know, maybe protect me in some ways. And I realized this because it hit in the shower, and I would hide in the shower when my parents were yelling and screaming at each other. And it was, I think that's one reason water has a very good, like, calming connection for me. Probably one of the reasons I take 15 million showers every day, aside from some slight OCDs because girls are dirty. Even though, if you're some sexy women, you love to have a threesome, probably try it with me. Click the link below. ASAP! Right now! Because I need two mommies. I didn't just say that out loud. Anyway. So, as an extension of the last dream, now I'm free to journey on my own, and I'm holding the knife. I'm holding the responsibility, and I booked a trip to Big Island today. I had been planning to go. Next week is my school spring break, but I still hadn't made the trip. I hadn't made the plans. And today I bought the tickets there and back. I'm not staying too long, just a couple days. Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'm staying 4 nighs, which is still pretty good. And I'm going to stay at 4 different places around the island. Um, and I'm planning to go to the volcano area. Is it Kilauea? Mauna Kea? I'm not sure. The one in the south of Big Island. Mauna Kea is the one in the north. And have a little ceremony. Talk to the lava representing like renewal and fire and rebirth, and like that, like bubbling up from the core, all of that passion. And yeah, soak in that. And be in nature, and be without my phone, and just feel the raw natural beauty. I'm gonna go jump off South Point which is the southernmost tip of the United States, well, of Hawaii, and hopefully see the sunrise as much as I can on top of Mauna Kea, and fuck, man, just yeah, travel by myself without the need of a woman. Maybe I'll find one there. Maybe I won't find one there. But this is this is an exploratory trip for me. That's symbolic. It's not necessarily about the travel. I mean, I've been there before. There's a lot of stuff that I want to see that I haven't seen because it's a really beautiful place. But it's less about the going there and more about the going there by myself. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I wasn't, I mean, I was and I wasn't. The dream and then class, a group today, really helped me crystallize those plans and those thoughts around it, and some of our prompts for school, for class. Because we're doing an imaginal process. And what was the last one called? Like soulful psychology. That's not right, but it's like a conversation between different parts of yourself, in or different entities inside of you, or what have you, and their needs. Anyway, really great. And then I saw uh, then I saw a girl that I knew from back when I was party, and this is like 4 years ago when we first met, and I really wanted to fuck her a lot back then, like a lot, mostly out of loneliness. She gives really amazing hugs, and she still does. I saw her at 7-Eleven. Yes, I went to 7-Eleven to get some decaf coffee, trying not to hate myself. But I'm also trying not to deny myself that, and I'm trying to strike a compromise on the caffeine part, by at least getting decaf coffee. Tomorrow I'm back to tea, but tomorrow I'm back to tea instead of decaf coffee. That's $2.08, and it pisses me off, and I just spend that fucking money. So I see the girl, and it's interesting. It's really interesting, the train of thought that happened, because I parked the bike. So the first 7-Eleven by my house, it didn't have any decaf coffee. So I walked to the other station, the Shell station, and she was like, decaf? Like this woman injects Red Bull directly into her veins, the cashier. And so I went to another 7-Eleven. I'm on a mission now. It's like, a mission for crack, except it's for decaf coffee. I really think it's not the decaf coffee. I think there's an addiction to the artificial sweetener inside of it. No bueno. Anyway, I walk past this old head shop, where I've gotten whippets there before. And the door was closed. The sign said open. I was like, oh, okay, the cashier's away. That's interesting. And I thought, I'm like, man, it's like an opportunity cost, right? Like you see something and it's like, I wonder what's in there. I could go in there, but then you realize if you're doing that, then you're not doing something else, and then that one thing leads to another thing. And I look at that door and I'm like, there is nothing fucking interesting inside of that door. And then I go to 7-Eleven and I see the girl, and she's like, oh, I work at that store. And I was like, oh, that's why the door was closed, because you're away. So I get and I was like, oh, I'll go say hello to you. And that's me being in like role model mode. And yeah, so I got my coffee and I went back, and I went into the store, and talked to her for a few minutes and kind of said the same thing. It's like, wow, it's been 4 years since we first met. And she's like, yeah, and she's like super twitched out. Her ketamine spoon is there on the counter. She was buying a bottle of cheap fucking whiskey shit at 7-Eleven. We exchanged some pleasantries. Yeah, being homeless sucks. She invited me to some party thing, and I'm like, no, I can't go there anymore. I can't do that anymore. And, you know, it's like that saying, right? Like there's a room and somebody angry comes into that room, and then the whole room, it's like the energy kind of gets sucked out of it. If I let her, she would suck me right in to that thing. And I wish the best for her, but I don't think she's ready to get out of her play fun time yet, or whatever it is. I'm not gonna spend half an hour on the fucking video diagnosing her. But, just like anybody else who's addicted to a bunch of shit and patterns, it's pain and trauma, generally. So I came home, took off my clothes. They need to be washed now. They probably could have gone without another washing since I just put them on, but they were new anyway, and I hugged the girl, so they're gonna get a wash. And I gave myself an Epsom salt scrub. I should probably sage myself and Palo Santo myself as well before bed. Because that self-care and that keeping my energy field strong is important. And I decided to shut down my Instagram. So when I go to Big Island, I'm going to take a picture of a sunset. My Instagram starts with a sunrise, and it's time to close this one down. And instead of posting pictures of myself, it's time to start looking forward to me being a professional psychologist and me posting my own creative and inspiring content, and figuring out how to grow that audience that way. There's a yoga teacher I know who I'll ask him how he does it. And then when I left the store, I had a message from a really, really, really sweet yoga teacher that I adore. And I'm hoping to get to know better. And that adventure will be cracked out in a totally different way. So it was almost as if like hugging this girl and saying goodbye to her and wishing her the best was like, ooh, 10 o'clock. Good thing I set an alarm to tell me when to go to bed. That, saying goodbye to that world. It's also interesting because the shopkeeper, the head shop, the manager, she asked me if I needed anything, and it's like, it was a very confident no. It's like, no. Just saying goodbye, or just saying hello to an old friend and wishing her the best. So, Leaving things behind makes room for other things in your life. And I have a meeting tomorrow morning with a dude from Bob Proctor's Institute, so after my school class. And I'm pretty sure tomorrow I may go to a Toastmasters meeting as well. Because, oh, and I had a meeting with with a new personal trainer today. Because I am going to do every fucking thing in my power to change my life so that I can change others' lives as well. God bless. Gotta go read some Yogananda. Week 2. My Kriya Yoga going on. Kriya Yoga. It's a new K. Seriously though.